I mean, I actually met with Coach Nikki earlier in the week, and she just told me to be more confident in shooting the ball. I know for a couple of games I struggled, and I wasn't shooting the ball as well or being as confident on the floor. So she asked me to kind of just lead the offense and be aggressive, and I think from then on, like, they were just leaving me open, so I knew I had to knock down shots today.
Jordan, the way that y'all answered, they cut it to 8, and I think y'all hit like 4 straight three-pointers. How big is that for you guys?
I think it's huge. I think all season we just kind of, the coaches, the team, like we've been talking about, we've been waiting for everyone to have a good game. I think individually people have had amazing games all the way up to this point, and I think this is the first game that we put together offensive and defensive performance for 40 minutes. And so I think we need to use this to going forward and to continue to play as a team together.
Queen, there has been a lot of talk about everybody playing good on the same day. You had 21 rebounds going along with 12 points. Jordan's game. Everybody was it a great game for everybody, or somebody I'm missing?
No, I feel like everybody contributed in a statement fashion somewhere or another throughout the game. You know, of course, Jordan, Sarah, Jamie hit big shots, but I definitely feel like we were able to get rebounds. We were able to crash, get to the rim. We were able to do a lot of the things we've been working on all year, but now it came together as a team rather than as individuals. And I really feel like that's kind of what made the statement, and that's kind of what got us going, is knowing that we can play together and we can all succeed at the same level.
I mean, you've seen a lot of these really good Baylor teams throughout your career. What in the past 3 games have you started to see amongst this team? We're like, okay, I've seen this before. These are these qualities of championship teams.
Well, I feel like our defense is kind of amazing, and I feel like when we all lock in, it's very different. You have people who are athletic. You have people who can guard. We might not necessarily be the biggest team, but we definitely have people who want to step up and guard you, and we're not afraid to help each other out. If I know I can help my teammates and they'll have my back like they did today, and so it just gives me confidence to be able to go over there and block a shot knowing that Jay Lou's in the lap of my defender, and it just gives the team confidence. And these next few games, you know, of course, we're going to have more of a target on our back, but I feel like our team is ready for this, and we were born for this moment.
When you talk about how shooters get into a rhythm, for you rebounding the ball, did you feel like you kind of got into a rhythm of grabbing boards today?
Yeah, I kind of struggled offensively a little bit today, kind of missing easy bunnies around the rim, but I feel like rebounds were able to keep my momentum high and keep my energy up, and even though I wasn't able to get all my putbacks, I was able to get open 3-point shooters like Jay Lou and Sarah the ball, and they were able to knock down shots, which makes me look good.
How much of a balance is there when you get one of those boards between wanting to kick it out versus going up and getting your own bucket?
Well, on a night where I'm not so hot, where I'm struggling a little bit, I know that I have great shooters and I don't have to force and do everything by myself, because I have teammates around me who are just as good as me and can make shots at a high level. And like they did tonight, I mean, it's amazing seeing the ball go through the hoop like that. Just waiting for my turn to get a 3.
You had 14 rebounds at halftime. Did you know that, or were you keeping count in your head or anything?
Yeah, I did. I did.
Appreciate the honesty.
What's it, Jordan, or what's it like to kind of laugh, enjoy, and kind of feel like this is turning the corner?
Fun, exciting. Hard work pays off. We've been busting our butts in practice every day, guarding them every day, listening to the coaches. I feel like we've all bought into Coach Nikki's system, and it's an amazing system, and we're just confident in her and her program and her staff and what we can do. And I feel like when you trust your coach like you do, great things happen.
I would say fun as well. I mean, I think everyone knows that there was a huge standard here, and I feel like we were being measured against it night in and night out every day, whether we won by 30 against the team that people thought we should have won by 30 or 29, and I feel like it was always criticism. And so, I mean, it's just a credit to Coach Nikki and her staff on never giving up on us and us not giving up on her, and I think she's instilled, like, a lot of things that's going to go a long way here. And so, I mean, it's just fun to get back out there and just see, like Queen said, like, all your hard work paying off that nobody sees every day, but everybody criticizes on the surface.
Do you feel like this is a sign that the championship still goes through Waco, Texas?
I think we just have to take it day by day. Every game, she says, 1-0, and we just have to win every day. It starts in practice every day, and I feel like our practices have gotten to resemble the game more than we did in the past, and so I think that's why you're seeing that we're able to translate it better.
Good answer. Thank you so much, guys. See you again on Sunday? Saturday? Saturday.
We're on the road the next 2 games. We'll see him in a while.
Nikki, when you talk about wanting to see everybody play good on the same day, this is it, right?
This was pretty good. I don't, I think Jamie could have been a little more aggressive, but sometimes like the ball just doesn't come your way, and so I thought she had an opportunity for a one more late, but I thought she guarded hard all night long, and it's going well when Sarah's banking threes, and it's not because she's sick and heaving it up there like the one she had at Kansas State. So, the difference was Jordan. I mean, they were all difference makers, but when Jordan plays aggressive, when Jordan leads, when Jordan plays at all 3 level and attacks, she gives this team energy. She gives this team confidence because she's so capable of making the right play. And so it's just good to see her get back on track. I joked on TV that we haven't seen Mom and Dad for a while, so the fact that she hadn't had a bad game when Mom and Dad are here. So I just told them, like, fire it up, make sure you don't miss a game, because that's what we need. She's not going to go 6 for 7 from the arc every night, but I think she's more than capable, of always being in double figures and getting us 6 or 7 assists. And for me, when I look at the box score, the thing I'm most proud of is the 26 assists on 32 baskets. That's what I want our offense to look like.
Coach, in a way which is kind of cathartic to see one go to the hoop against Kansas that we talked about earlier in the week, is it the same kind of way it's cathartic to just wallop someone 20 plus finally?
Well, I mean, Queen said it. You're trying to make a statement. Confidence, kind of breeds confidence. And so showing that when you're dialed into a game plan and every basket until the end, when it was a little bit of a free-for-all, every basket was difficult, I mean, I just felt like we met Ashley Johns in the lane with 2 people every time, every single time. We made her uncomfortable, and she certainly threw some in, and she is so good at pivoting until she can create enough space to get a shot off, and we probably fouled her some, but I know she wasn't comfortable ever all night, so credit to like when we switched, when we didn't switch, when we helped, and Queen spearheaded that. Queen was really active to the double tonight, really, really active, and when she goes with her length, you can't get rid of it. Like, you can't get rid of it soon enough, so she covers up our ability to rotate on the backside.
Jordan, she's had a couple of tough moments, but the steal against Kansas that kind of sparked you, is that something where a little play like that?
Sometimes, especially because you think about she was in that late situation where she had the ball and she drove and she freaking took off from the free throw line to shoot a runner, and that's the shot. But she tipped it. Sarah came up with it. Jamie hits the 3. So, it just was not a aggressive offensive play. Like tonight, she just kept her dribble alive and kept, and if she got the corner turn, she took the layup. If they stayed on her hip, she kept it and looked for the drift pass. So, sometimes it does take one play. I mean, and it takes one win, and then one win leads to another win, and that's just how it goes. And I think they've learned that you just can't show up and win basketball games. Like, this league is better than it's been, and I mean, we've got to take it to people. We can't expect people to bow down to us.
Nikki, you told us this week that you would be happy to welcome people back on the Baylor bandwagon. Do you feel like a win like this will get that support back, put you back in the spotlight?
Well, there might be fewer hashtag fire Nikki Collins or, that with this week. That may be the case. Really, like, we've been focused on what's happening in the locker room. We've been focused on what's happening between the lines. And, let's be honest, it's all being documented by ESPN right now. So, we're just finding ways to grind. We're trying to, I mean, we really are trying to win the day. And each game is a goal to be 1-0. And so, at this point, did we put ourselves back into the position where, okay, now everybody has 2 losses in this league? And I'd said from the beginning, no one was going to win this league with less than 2 losses. So here we are, and there's a long ways to go. And we've just got to approach each game. Texas Tech has gone in and won at Texas, so you got to show up and compete on every night. I expect a big crowd in Lubbock. I expect a big crowd in Morgantown, and so I don't care. I don't care if we're ranked 5th or 20th or somewhere in between. We're always going to have a target on our back. you know, the program that was built here, that target's not coming off anytime soon, you know, and certainly our goal is to live up to the standard of that, and continue to make Baylor people proud of what we do. But it doesn't matter. We have to show up, and we got to go 1-0 against Texas Tech, just like we did against Iowa State. They're not going to not play against us because we put, you know, hung 87 on Iowa State. That's just not how it works.
Nikki, you heard Jordan say something and Queen said something. Do you guys hear? Have you heard some of the outside chatter?
It's hard to avoid it. I mean, you know, like here's the thing. This is what I've said. Like, you know, if I could not be on Twitter or not be on Instagram, I probably would. It'd be better for my sanity, you know. But the reality of recruiting in 2022 is, you know, I have to be on them. I have to be active. I have to know what's going on. And so everyone has the ability to tag me, you know. And I will say this for Baylor people. I've been incredibly grateful for how many people in the midst of the negativity of the people that have stepped up and been really positive, because there's been more positive than negative. And certainly I stay off the chat, so, you know, it might be a whole lot worse there, you know, and I stay off of Facebook because no 16-year-olds are on Facebook. You know, so, yeah, of course we hear it. You know, you can't avoid it. It's 2022. But I'm also not going to define myself by it, you know, and I know the people that are negative, they don't know what's going on. They have no idea what's gone on here in the past. They don't know what's going on today. And so, you know, we just have to do it our way. And our staff has been committed to doing it our way. And, you know, I mean, that group of players loves one another and is going to compete for one another. And whether we have 9 players or 19, you know, we're all trying to row in the same direction.
Nikki, speaking of Twitter, you were vocal on getting people to the Farrell Center today. What did you think about the outcome, and even Scott Drew? And
yeah, it was awesome. I looked up one time. I was pretty obviously tuned into the game, and you know, fortunately, it was one of those days as a coach. Pretty much whatever I called worked. So you feel like you've got, you know, the magic in your hand in that situation. Now it was our players making plays, but no matter what we dialed up, whether it was a 3, whether it was attack, whether we scored in the first 8 or the last 8. You know, we really did a good job of executing. But look, the reality is if you're a Baylor fan, you support these players. You know, like this program is about these players. And these guys deserve that support, you know. They've had the success in the past, and they're good. We're a good basketball team. So people are missing out if they don't come, in my opinion. And certainly you can watch the game on TV, and you can enjoy it from your living room. But you have the ability to impact the game. And when the crowd got involved in the third quarter, I'm telling you, it was a difference maker. You know, that run was just so powerful. And, like, you know, it just you know, when you want to stomp on somebody, having a crowd to get behind you, to get stops, like, you don't see me ever encouraging them on offense. I don't need them to be loud on offense. We need them to be loud on defense. We want them to disrupt timing. You know, we want them to give our players energy in the last 8 seconds of a shot clock to keep playing hard and to get a stop. So, you know, it's like you can stay home and be a fan, or you can come here and help us win a basketball game.
Coach, you talked about having the magic touch. At the end of the first quarter there, Ashley Jones hits that 3. They take a 1-point lead in the course. You guys had some momentum. What was the magic, I guess, message there that kind of righted the ship a little bit?
Yeah, we did twice in this game. We didn't clock manage well. And, you know, like, honestly, I know that's the pro coach in me. Like, I just don't like missed possessions, missed opportunities. You know, like, Liz can get a jumper at any point. So to take a jumper at the end of the first quarter when we had the chance to take the last shot, like, we just got to manage clock better. When we got the offensive rebound at the end of the third and Sarah went to a jump shot, like, we got to get the last shot there. Like, those are just plays that, I mean, admittedly, like, those things drive me crazy because I feel like then I'm not teaching well enough. Like, it's okay if we don't score. You know, but we don't want to give them an opportunity to score. So we've got to continue to be good in those late quarter situations. So, you know, because, look, we really didn't give Ashley a clean look all night, you know, but she's going to hit a step back here and there. So not giving her an opportunity to hit a step back is our goal as much as possible.
You mentioned on Friday that Queen has a tendency to have a really big game and then disappear. How encouraging was it for you to see, even though she was missing shots, she was able to keep that energy up and keep motivation from rebounding?
Y'all, she was dialed in on defense. Like, I thought she made one mistake all night. She had switched off and got a little. She could play off their fives, off Kane, but she couldn't play off when she switched onto Ashley Johns. And so, like, I thought she made one mistake all night. But her activity to the traps, her activity on the glass, she has a tendency at times to get balls knocked out of her hand. She didn't tonight. You know, so coming up clean, whether we get a quick turn it up the floor into transition. But we're really hard to guard in transition when we run and we drag and we space the floor well. So I was just proud of how committed she was, even when she missed some shots. She was better late, and she even missed a couple late. But I thought when she doesn't fade and she gives herself a chance and plays to the rim and uses her athleticism, you know, she's making her free throws. So, like, playing to the rim rather than fading away, I don't need her fadeaway game, ever. Now, I would have dialed up a 3 for her there late, which obviously she alluded to. But, you know, like, you know, she's more athletic than every person that guards her all season long. So using her athleticism to get by them is always going to be better for her. But her defensive effort was awesome all night long.
Nikki, you still got to knock them down. Y'all were 12-21. Seemed like y'all had some maybe more open shots than you've had maybe all year.
Well, it's kind of interesting. Like, we didn't know exactly how they would play us. You know, when we played Oklahoma State, you know, ball pressure, deny one pass away, close down. Like, we knew we had to play in the tunnel or the middle third of the floor. We knew we had to keep it there and dominate in the middle of the floor because of how they play. Against Kansas, they loaded the box up on us, and so we were able to get some open shots on some extras. You know, Iowa State is so scout-driven and so scout-heavy that one game they guard this player and don't guard this player. They help from this person, don't guard. You know, they were junking us a little bit. They were playing zone, but you know, and so you don't know until the ball's tipped. Like, I didn't know. Are they going to play Jamie hard? Are they going to play J. Lou hard? How are they going to play people? So some of it we had to feel out. We had to feel out what are they doing. But I could tell you, I knew if we got in ball screens with their fives, they were going to have trouble. Like, we were able to roll behind them. We were able to get to the rim. We missed some easy ones early. But once we started doing that, then they start congesting. You throw the extra, you hit the extra. You know, so we did a good job playing on the baseline, hitting the drift pass, making the one more if that first one wasn't open. But we re-attacked again, and our guards are getting better at when they don't have shot to keep re-attacking because we obviously had an athletic advantage on the perimeter.
Last question, if anyone has it.
Nikki, you always give credit to the players, but this is your first ranked win. Does that mean anything to you?
Monkey off my back. I just wanted to play well, you know. I mean, this one's a little more personal. You guys, Bill Fenley's like family to me. Like, he was at my wedding. He recruited me at Toledo twice. You know, like I'm just a big fan. I'm a big fan of what he does and how his teams compete year in and year out. Like, I love watching him play. I love how big his play sheet is. I gave him a hard time before the game because I was watching their Iowa game last night. And he had his play sheet like up like this by his head, and I'm screenshotting it and sending it to anyone I could send it to see if they could blow it up so I could steal his play calls. And I told him that before the game. I said, you know, the first thing Carolina said to me was, that's like 2 pixels. I'm not going to get anything out of that. But I just have a lot of respect for him, and so I just wanted our team to play well. It's not about me. It's about our team playing well. It's about them being confident. It's about, you know, when you have wins like this, what does it do for me? It continues to give them trust in what we're doing, trust in what I'm doing, trust in, you know, the message that we're getting, you know, trying to get across. That great teams give it to the most open player. Great teams, you can't load up on lists because Jamie's going to dial one up, J. Lou's going to dial one up. You know, like, if we want to win in March, we got to be good all the way around. You know, we got to be hard to game plan for because you don't know what to take away. You can't choose to not guard us. You know, when Liz makes jump shots, they got to come out and guard her, and that makes us even harder to guard, you know. So, you know, I wish Kate had knocked down a couple of those because I just feel like she can change the dynamics by stepping out as a post player and giving us, you know, a kid who can knock it down. But she's such a good teammate, and she takes charges, and she sets amazing screens, and, like, she truly plays for the name on the front of her jersey. So I just want to see her rewarded and knock down those shots.